So talk to me about who you want to be. Let's start with you.
I say I want to be the best father / husband and be able to supply for my family and myself without having to work my life away.
Without having to work your life away. So talk to me about when you say not having to work your life away. I love that statement. What does that mean to you?
I don't want to have to work like every day for so much hours and like not being able to spend time with family. Like I'd rather be able to like split my work and like my time with my family evenly.
Yeah. You want balance, right? You want balance. Yeah. That's a great mindset. And it's funny you say that because I had to find balance. So my father worked, I watched him work. He'd work, come home for 4 hours, go back to work. So I watched him work. You know what I'm saying? Now, I understood, like we went to a private school, so I got 4 brothers, 4 sisters, right? So that's costly. So his sacrifice was that he worked 2 jobs so that we could do that. But would I rather him work 1 job and have more time with him, because most of the time he was home was sleeping and going back to work. You know what I'm saying? So what you're saying is I don't want that. I want balance, which is what I was searching for too, because though I loved him, I missed not being able to spend time with him. So I've been, like, here we go to Netherlands, right, to watch Darius play. We made it to a lot of his games when he was in New York. So we worked to find balance. My wife and I worked to find balance so we could spend time with our kids. So I went into a profession that I could. So that's a great mindset that this is what I want to do in life. I want to have that balance so I can be a great father, a great husband, and that takes time, right? You're going to be the influencer. You want to be the influencer in your household. So that means I got to be around to do that. Yeah, so that's a great mindset. I like that. Talk to me. Who do you want to be?
I want to like lead by example to others. Like kind of what y'all do, like basically what y'all do for us.
Yeah.
I want to do that to others, so like they'll have a head start from life.
Lead by example. That's work. You know what I'm saying? Because when you think people are not watching, they are watching. When you think that, I've been in grocery store with my boys and made them do, make sure you take care of your brother. Make sure here's the money, but y'all need to make sure that, you know what I mean? And somebody said, I really like what you did with your sons. I didn't know they were there. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I'm doing because of what I want them to understand what it means to have a brother. You know what I'm saying? So you're always, in the position to lead others. And you got to be aware that I have to keep working on me. If you're going to lead it, then you got to keep growing. This is why I'm always asking you guys, what are you reading? I'm always asking you, what are you reading? Because at the end of the day, you pick up bits and pieces from other people who are successful leaders or successful fathers, right? That, oh man, I never thought about that. And you use it so it fits you, right? That's why you got to gather as much information as possible to keep growing and to be different. Because your goal is say, I want to be a different type of father. I want to be unique in my own way with my family. I want to be somebody who's an influencer. You know what I'm saying? And I want to influence multiple people to know their value, to understand that they're important. Because it only takes you saying the right thing to a young man who feels like maybe he doesn't matter. And you're like, hey, I got you. I'll be up here tomorrow, man, to shoot around with you. Nobody's ever done that, right? That's a difference maker right there. Who you want to be?
I say I want to be a person that help the community can like count on me.
Okay.
That person like always like provide for them.
Help the community. You're a dependable person in the community. That's big. Think about this community. We struggle a little bit, ain't we? You know what I mean? We're struggling a little bit. So when I write young men, put a star beside it, there are things that matter in life, and there are things that have value. Give me a stack. Give me a stack, thousands of dollars stacked on that desk right there. I still feel the value of you guys, young men, is more valuable than $50,000, $100,000 sitting there. I still feel your value is higher than that, young men. Because, again, at the end of the day, what you're talking about doing is generational. You see what I'm saying? It's generational. Y'all know what I mean when I say generational? What you're passing on is more important than the money. Money can't buy that. Y'all get what I'm saying? Money can't buy a great father. Money can't buy a guy that changes a community. Money can't buy that. Because all the lives that you touch go on to touch other lives. And y'all got to understand, man, y'all are valuable, man. Y'all got to start understanding how valuable you really are. And if somebody's not telling you that, they're missing it. They're missing it. And that's why, you know what I mean, I had some stuff I had to do. I miss being here. I miss being here. Because at the end of the day, I know y'all matter. Y'all get what I'm saying? I know y'all matter. And if you make it to the NFL, now it becomes a matter of who you are as a person, and you would have the ability to do some things in the community with them, right? Financially, you'd have the ability to do some things in your community with some guys that want to make a difference. So are you going to make some sacrifices? Are you going to be in a position where you say, you know what, I'm making, $7-8 mil. I'm going to take some of that and do some things in the Springfield community where I came from. Now you're talking about not what you do, but who you are, right? That's the stuff I'm trying to tell you. And everybody in this room is capable of doing that. I grew up in very humble beginnings, man. I mean, we didn't have material stuff. You got 9 kids. It's hard to have a whole lot of material stuff, right? But at the end of the day, now I understand that didn't define me. Who I am and what I do does, right? What I do. That's why I'm here with you guys. Because I want to make a difference. And the cost is your time. Right? The cost is your time. I volunteer to do this. The cost is my time. But when you know the value of something, then you give it your time, right? And that's what you guys got to understand. Understand who's around you and what they're doing for you, what they're willing to do for you because of the value they place on you. And it's not about, well, I'll show up for you. If I get paid, if Chris paid me $100, $50 a session, I'll show up. No, if you don't give me anything, I'm still going to show up. That's what I want you guys to start to understand. Who does value? Do you value yourself? Somebody else talk to me about who you want to be.
I want to be the first in my family to be the best. And when I say that, I feel like I'm on the right track of it right now. Cause
say it again. You want to be the first in your family to
be the best.
Be the best? Okay.
I say that I said I'm on the right track because I'm the first. Well, my grandma got it, but I'm the first to get a 4.0 GPA, but maintain it.
Okay.
Get it. And I say because a lot of people's first jobs was a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people in my family been doing. But I don't want my first job.
Okay. Okay.
And I said my mom's a house. Nobody in my family's a
Okay.
house. So provide for my family members. I want to be the one where I need this and that, and I'll be able to give it to them without asking for nothing.
Yeah.
Because I know where I come from. And it's
So I'm gonna ask you a few questions. So you want to be the first, all right? Which is good. Which is good. If I'm the first, how do I teach somebody to be the second? Right? You see what I'm saying? So how do I teach somebody to be the second? Because I love what you're saying, but at the end of the day, I'm the first, but I'm teaching my sons to be the second. You know what I mean? And it's the same for you guys. When I walk in here and I look at y'all, I see y'all no different than I see my own sons. I see y'all no different than I see my own sons. So my thing is, if I'm the first, I want to teach y'all to be the second to understand, like I taught them, their value, and to go do something that has never been done, is what you're saying. I want to go do something that has never been done within my family. But then the goal is, if you can do it, you can teach your people in your family to do it, right? You can teach people in your family. So you're always thinking bigger. You know what I'm saying? You're always thinking about expanding whatever you've gotten, whatever you learn, whatever you have with others. I'm always thinking, like, I was on the phone with my life coach this morning, you know, talking about some things and stuff. So I'm life coaching y'all, but I have a life coach. Like, I'm not done growing. I'm not done understanding that there's more in me. I can do more. And that's where I want you guys to get to the place. But you're ahead of me. You're ahead of me where you're at now in this program. I didn't have this growing up. And so now I'm saying to you guys, you got to put something in your hand that elevates your thinking. You get what I'm saying? You got to put something in your hand that elevates your thinking. You got to listen to something that elevates your thinking. That's how you separate yourself. You keep elevating yourself. So, 6 human needs. Did we talk about that? 6 human needs?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, I brought the little yellow book about yay thick.
Mm-hmm.
If you just start reading that and you understand that, you are now on a different level. Because every human being has them, every significance, right? Everybody wants to matter. Is there anybody in here that if you didn't show up at home, if you didn't show up somewhere, that you wouldn't care if they didn't notice you were there? You want to matter, right? So significance, everybody sitting in this room, significance matters to you. It matters to me. All right? If I didn't show up, I hope my kids would say, "Where's Dad at?" You know what I mean? We haven't seen him for a while. So if you understand the 6 human needs, you now understand more about people. Certainty. You want to be certain that you got a place to sleep at night. You want to be certain that you have food to eat on the table, right? So everybody wants certainty. So again, I'm encouraging you to start understanding, to be different, you got to do something different. You got to do something different. And a lot of it comes from the knowledge you acquire. The knowledge that because once you learn something, you cannot learn it. I understand the 6 human needs. I'm not going to forget that, right? Once you learn something, you cannot learn it. Now it's just a matter of whether you're going to use it or not. That's what it comes down to. Somebody else talk to me about who you want to be in the back. Who you want to be.
I said I want to be someone that helps people, and that's part of the reason why I have a big interest in medical.
The medical field? Okay. So, does it make a difference who you are? You think? So, you go to the doctor, right? You go to the doctor. There are very good doctors out there, right? And there's some arrogant doctors. You know what I'm saying? There's some people think they know it all, and because I'm a doctor and you don't have any degree and you come from a certain place, you're not very intelligent. You might not understand what I'm saying because I'm a doctor. There's those type of people out there, right? So what type of doctor are you going to be? If you get in the medical field, doctor, nurse, practitioner, what's going to be the difference between you if I come to you and I go to somebody else? Because it matters who you are, right? And I'll say this. The healing starts taking place when I walk in the room and your bedside manners and who you are just positive, right? Because I'm already nervous about most people are already nervous about going to the doctor. So I dealt with cancer some years back, right? You think it makes a difference when I walk in there and doctor said, "Hey, you got cancer, you know what I mean? I'm not sure, you know what I mean, how much or how long you have." Or, "Hey, we found cancer. Gonna find out exactly where it's at, how, you know what I mean, to what degree, you know what I mean, just understanding, kind, you know what I mean, like assuring that you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, that's, I was gonna say, I feel like I'm good with talking to people, things like that,
Yeah.
and understanding.
That's a difference maker, man. See, because I don't care what profession you're in, if you're unkind, it makes a difference for people. You know what I'm saying? Unkind, insensitive, that makes a difference for somebody coming to you who's already struggling with their health. You get what I'm saying? How important that is? So it does matter. It does matter who you want to be. No matter what profession you're in, it matters who you want to be. And that's, again, something you gotta work at and really think about, because now you're a difference maker, because everybody's saying, go see Dr. So-and-so. Because why? Because, man, he's really good, but he's also very, very kind. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're coming. They're not, because if you and I are both good doctors, and I'm an idiot, and you're not, I guarantee your caseload is way bigger than mine. You know what I mean? I guarantee your caseload is way bigger than mine. Because people may not, write this down. People may not remember what you did to them, but they will remember how you made them feel. They will always remember how you made them feel. Sometimes you'll hear somebody say, I can't remember exactly what he or she said, but I knew how it made me feel. Does that make sense? That statement?